Hi, I'm Bob Folkestad from GC Cooling. GC is an Italian company. We've manufactured cooling fans and blowers since 1982. We specialize in building electric motors. Really the motor and the blade is the key part of the fan. The fan is used to pull air or push air through a radiator to help it aid in cooling. There's some myths about cooling, push versus pull. Generally speaking, a puller fan does 20% more volume than a pusher type fan. There's some other tricks to the blade and the blade design and how they work that are very important. But you must also look at your radiator, your catch can, lots of things in the package of cooling really to understand and get the best system optimized. So I talked a little bit about fans and fan motors. So this is our BMF fan, stands for Big Motored Fan. It's extremely high performance, made for racing, extreme performance vehicles with high horsepower applications. It moves a little over almost 2,500 CFM. The thing that really makes this fan trick is the motor, and that's what we do. If you watch kind of our B-roll of this video behind me, you'll see where we build our own electric motors in-house. The other thing that's really significant about electric cooling fans, if you look at the blade, and the blade angle, and the way that the blade works, if you look at it, this is a curved edge and this is a flat edge, and it's an airfoil, kind of like an airplane wing. A lot of people say, oh, I want to reverse my fan, or I want to flip the blade over to make it go the other way. It doesn't really work that way because the fan blade's optimized either to push or pull in a certain direction, and then the motor, just like a high-performance car motor, is timed to run in a certain direction and get you more performance. Yes, you can make a DC motor go backwards and forwards, and yes, it will run in reverse, but you'll lose at least 20 or 30% of the efficiency by trying to do that. So it's critical that you look at the blade design and how the motor interacts with the blade. That's what makes a really good cooling fan. So one other important thing to do is how you're going to mount your fan. I really discourage mounting through the core of a radiator or heat exchanger. It can cause damage to the core. So what we do is we make custom brackets for all of our fan sizes, and they mount right to the holes that are molded into our shroud, and then you can trim them to length, and they can bolt then or screw or rivet to the header or footer of the radiator. It's probably the most critical thing about the fan is how it's mounted. Make sure that it won't damage the radiator under vibration, especially if you get into desert trucks or things that are off highway. It's really important. So if you have any cooling problems or concerns, you can feel free to call me or anybody at my team. Our phone number is 515-264-8222, or go to gccooling.com.